in, friends. Come on in, friends. Have a seat on the carpet, please. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Yep, that's our poster. All right, boys and girls, today for our writing time, we are going to continue to work on our research project. Before we work on our research today, I want to talk about the features of a great report. We made our poster after looking at really good nonfiction writing. After we started looking, we wrote our own nonfiction report. And we wrote a report about teachers. We wrote a report about teachers. Let's look through our report and see if our report together has all of these features of a great report. The first one says, includes facts. Did we include facts?
Yeah.
Where did we get those facts from?
A ring.
Sebastian, thank you for raising your hand.
Our ring.
We did some what we think we know. Where did we get the facts though? Soha?
From our schema.
We used our schema to start with. Remember, we used our schema and we did what we think we know about teachers. So we did a big part about what we think we know. Then where did we have to go to see if what we thought we knew was right? Abby?
We have to write the sentence and then if we don't know how to use it, have to draw the picture.
You did do that, but where did we go to find out if what we thought we knew, what was in our schema, was right? Or to get new facts? Javen, where did we go? What did we use? We used books. We got some really nice nonfiction books. We also turned on the computer and had something on the smart board about teachers, and we read that information to find the facts. So does this report on teachers include facts?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Then it says the title tells about the report. What is the title? So what should be in this report? Information about teachers. Let's see if we're right. Teachers help you write. They teach students facts. Is that about teachers? Teachers take students on field trips. Is that about teachers?
Yeah.
So everything in our report is about teachers. Did it include pictures? Yeah, there were pictures. There were pictures on our title pages, and then there were pictures. You all put pictures on your pages when we did our final copies. Pictures match the words. Let's look at this one. Teachers take students on field trips. Does that picture match the words?
Yeah.
How do you know? How do we get to our field trips?
On the bus.
On the bus. This matches the words. Then includes labels. Let's see, do we have any that included labels? This one does. This one says Miss Pierce. And there's a label pointing to the picture of this teacher. Is there another label? Let's see. Oh, here's labels also. So this one says Mrs. Pierce, and this one says computer. So the friend who wrote those pictures also added other things for us. Okay? So today when you're working on your report, what part of this are we working on? If we're looking at books, getting information? Are we working on pictures? No. Are we working on the title? No. Are we working on the labels? Are we working on the facts? We are. We're working on the facts. So let's review what we've done so far. Everyone picked their own job to do research on, right? So some of you have police officers, and some of you have firefighters, and some of you have nurses and doctors. So we started with our chart that said what we think we know, yes, we were right, and new facts. And this is Mrs. Pierce's example. Mrs. Pierce is doing a meteorologist, because that's what I want to learn more about. And for what we think we know, I wrote, I think they tell me about weather. I think they use computers, and I think they have to go to school. Those are the things that I think I know about meteorologists. So today, how do I find new facts or try to confirm my schema? Where do I need to go? Zoe? I am at school. So where do I need to look? Abby? I have to look in the book. Or if that place on the computer that we've been working in, Pebble Go, if that had meteorologists, could I look there also for information? I could. That didn't have meteorologists, so Mrs. Pierce is going to look in the book. Today, we're going to answer the question, what tools does a meteorologist use? And you're going to answer the question, what tools does a veterinarian use? Because you're doing veterinarian. What are you going to do, Lucy? What tools does a doctor use? How about you, Sebastian? What are you doing? So what tools does a police officer use? Okay, that's the new facts that you're looking for, or you're looking for facts to say, yes, I was right, from our schema. All right, so let Mrs. Pierce show you what she would do, and then I will send you off to do your research, okay? This part in this book, remember we've been looking at nonfiction, and at the very beginning it has that table of contents, and this table of contents actually has a section, Tools of the Trade. I think that part is going to be about the tools they use. So I'm going to turn to that page, and it said page 14. So I'm going to turn to page 14. And I'm going to find Tools of the Trade. Tools of the Trade. Now, we know Mrs. Pierce is a pretty good reader. Some of us are pretty good readers already, too. But if I can't read this, where can I get the information?
Look at that.
Thank you, Layla, for raising your hand.
From another teacher.
I could get it from another teacher, but what about you? Where are you going to get the information? Hamza, I heard you start to say something, then you raised your hand. Where are you going to get the information if you can't read it? You're going to look at the pictures and get that information from the pictures. Remember, that's called visual literacy. We're going to use our pictures to gather information, right? We're going to use our pictures to gather information. Look at this picture. Does anyone know what this is a picture of? Layla, what is this a picture of?
Maybe,
Do you want me to come back to you? Yes? Zoe, what do you think?
is it the Earth page?
Not the Earth page. There's a person and he's holding a groundhog. Thank you for being careful.
That's the no people back there?
There are a lot of people back there.
An audience.
There is an audience. Good word choice. Does anybody know anything about a groundhog and weather? Layla?
They live in the ground that they kind of like bumps on the top of the ground.
They do. There's a day called
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day. What happens on Groundhog Day? Do you know?
Yes. And the groundhog sees the shadow. There's 6 more days of spring.
There's 6 more weeks, right? Look at what this says, Groundhog Day. People today still believe superstitions that predict the weather. Do you think meteorologists maybe use these superstitions?
Yeah.
So could that be a tool?
Yeah.
So maybe Mrs. Pierce needs to write that tool down because that's a new fact that I think they're telling me. So let's write that down. Groundhog Day. How do I write that? Groundhog Day. What did you hear first, Javen? A G. G. What do we hear next? Lucy? R. Good. Ow.
I know that.
What is that?
The O and the W or the O and the U?
The O and the W or the O and the U. Nice job, Layla. That's that O and the U that make that ow sound in ground. And then what's at the end? Ground.
I know.
Hamza? A D. So Groundhog Day. And then, you know what? Mrs. Pierce is going to draw that circle because Josh said the groundhogs come out of the ground. So I'm going to draw a circle and then I'm going to draw, it's not going to look like a really good groundhog, but I'm going to draw like the shape of something coming out of the circle so I can remember that for Groundhog Day, the groundhog comes out of the circle. Okay? That picture is going to help me remember what I wrote, especially if I didn't sound it out all of the way. So where does that go? Is that a what we think we know? No. Is that a yes, we were right? Is that a new fact?
Yeah.
That's a new fact. So on your chart, when you find new facts today, you're going to put your new facts in that last column where it says new facts. Now I want to show you one more because I found something cool when I looked through this book last night. Look what else they use. What do they use? Hamza, I love that hand today. What do they use? Computers. And what did you say, Gianna? Yes, I was right because I thought they used computers. So do I have to write a new Post-it?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, we were right.
So I'm going to move this. Good job, Maricela. I'm going to move this to yes.
You was right.
We were right. I was right. All right? How many of you think that you can go back to your spots and work with your partners to gather information? Many friends do. Can you tell me, how are you going to sit with your partners to gather information? Sebastian, you're going to sit at you're going to sit at the tables. You're going to maybe sit at the tables with the computers. Some of you are going to sit at the tables with the books. Should Layla sit way over there and Mrs. Pierce sit way over here if we're partners?
No.
How should we sit then? Kimberly, thank you for the quiet thumb. Close to each other. So, Jokubas, can you sit here, right here? Stand up. Oh, knee to knee, shoulder to shoulder. So we should be next to each other if we can be. Right? Okay, thank you. What level are you going to be using? Javen, what level is that? A 1. Who can remind us, what does a 1 sound like?
Me.
Very nice, my friends. Remember, when we're working with our partners today, we have to stay at that level 1. Even if what we find is so exciting we want to yell, it still has to be that level 1. Okay? All right. My friends, if you are working with firefighters, will you carefully walk and sit at your tables? My friends who are working with the police officers, will you go to your tables? My friends who are working with doctors and nurses? And my friends who are working at the green table, you may go. Yep, you're at the green table, Layla. Is that yours? Yes. Your sister?
I don't know anything. Yes.
Oh, boys and girls, will you give me 5 in your attention, please? 4, 3, 2, 1. Jokubus just found something, and I totally forgot to tell you that I did this. Remember yesterday when everybody kept looking for new Post-its? Mrs. Pierce has Post-its on your RAN chart if you need the Post-its, so that you have Post-its on the front, okay? All right, you can get busy working. What book are you guys going to use today? You're going to use that book? The 3 of you together? The 3 of you are working? So where are you going to start? You're going to start at the beginning. And what are you looking for today? Do you remember? You do have a table of contents, but what are you looking for today? What part of our research are you looking for today? Do you remember? Pratish, do you remember what you guys were supposed to be looking for today? What firemen, not what they do today. What are we looking for today? What they use, the tools that they use. So specifically, you're going to try and find out information about the tools, but if you have extra information, you can write that down too, okay? So the 2 of you are working together, the 2 of you are working together, right? And the 2 of you are working together, correct? Okay. Do you have a book? What book did you use this book yet?
Yes.
You guys can use this book to find information. You're looking for information about the tools that they use, Pratish. You've got them on the front of yours, right? You've got some. Okay, so remember, you need to share this book. So you need to sit close to each other to do that sharing. Okay? What did you find? Oh, nurses help? What tools have you found? They use that. Do you know what that thing is called? A stethoscope. Very good. Are you going to draw a picture of the stethoscope, or are you going to try to write stethoscope? You're going to draw a picture? What are you going to do, Kimberly? You're going to draw a picture? I'll get you a pencil just a second, okay? You're going to draw a picture. So did Yesenia see this? Because remember, we're trying to share with our group, right, to make sure. So make sure Yesenia sees that too. What is that called? What are they doing there? Does Maricela know? Because aren't you guys working together? If you're working together, you should be using one book. What is that thing for?
It's how measure you are.
Oh, to measure how tall you are or short you are?
One time I did that.
What else does it measure besides that? It measures how much you weigh. Good, how much you weigh. That's called a scale, is what that's called. It's called a scale. So you can put yourself, you could draw a picture or you could write the word. Is that a tool that doctors use? Yes. Nice. All right, what are you guys doing? You know what? You can use whatever pencil you have right now. Yesenia, you can use this pencil. Okay, what are you doing right now, my friend? You don't have to wait for him. You can get started without him if you want to. I like the fact that you're waiting though. Nice job. You need more. You need a pencil or a Post-it? A pencil. Do you have your pencil? Whose is this? You can use Zoe's for a moment. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Ooh, this one looks like it says brush your teeth. Very nice. I'm sorry. She was pointing at something and asking a question. What did you see?
I see.
What do you see on here?
I see
A thermometer. What is a thermometer for? Yeah, to take your temperature to check if you're sick or not. So, do you think a thermometer is a tool that doctors use? So that might be a good thing for you to write down.
Let me see. Hey, we missed this one.
Josiah, who are you working with today? Who is your partner? You're working with Sebastian. You know what, Sebastian, who were you working with yesterday? Josiah. Can you go sit by Josiah because Josh and Joseph used the computer yesterday and you did not, so you guys can use the computer today. They are big computers. And actually, maybe we'll use one of the big ones right now because this one's not loading. Can I put this in the middle of the two of you? Remember, you need your Post-its because this is just going to be a different way. Remember, it'll read the book to you. Police officers. Yeah, so when you're doing it, so this will move that over and then push this one.
It's your thing. It's your work. You can do it.
going to have to listen very carefully because I can't get it any louder than that for you, okay? Boys and girls, will you give me 5? Your attention, please, in 4, 3, 2, 1. I know you are finding some really great facts because I can hear your conversations. Sebastian and Josiah is my first group to have a computer, but the volume is very low, so you have to make sure you're using that level 1 while you're working with your partners. Okay? I'm bringing more of them around. Keep working. So remember, let's look for tools. Good. All right. Now you need to take turns. See what tools. What is what? That's pharmacist. Tools pharmacists use. What are some of the tools that you see? Nice job. Josh, you should be sitting over here next to your partner. Good, I'm glad. Dentists do pull your teeth. Good. All right, friend. So you will take your Post-its. Take your Post-its. Okay, so here is farmers. And we're going to find tools. Which one is tools? This one is tools. Good. So we're going to click on tools. Tools. So I want you to push this button on here and it'll read to you the information, okay? Ready? All right, go ahead.
Farmers need many tools to run a farm. Plant and harvest crops with tractors and combines.
Oh, did you hear that? Did you already have tractors? They use tractors. Oh. And then they said something called a combine. This is a combine. This is a combine. A combine, look at what it's doing. It's kind of like mowing all of the crops so they can use them. Can you write the word combine and draw a picture and then I'll come back? Okay? What tools have you found? So what tools have you found that veterinarians use? You didn't find any yet? All right, make sure you're looking for the tools that they use. You can look at the other ones also. I want you to start with tools and make sure that you look for tools today. I will help you in just a second.
They open your book. I have open your book.
Leave that here a minute and keep looking in your book until it loads. Ooh, what did you find out? What do police officers have for tools? What do they have? It told you right away. So that is the radar gun. That's this one right here. Radar gun. Sebastian yeah, it is just like that. Sebastian just said it is the gun that tells you how fast people are going. So that's what the police officers use in their car to stop people if they have to give them a speeding ticket if they're going too fast. So a radar gun is a tool that police officers use. So that's the one you need to write, radar gun, and maybe draw a picture that'll help you. It's right here, Sebastian, radar gun. Remember that level needs to be a level 1, boys and girls. You need to find veterinarians right here. Nice job. Okay. And then today you're looking for tools, so start with tools. I love how you guys are sharing. Did you draw a picture so you remember what it is? Draw a picture so you remember. You're supposed to be looking for tools that pharmacists use. Okay, open that book and keep looking for tools that pharmacists use. Boys and girls, you have about 2 more minutes today to do your research. Is that your new fact? Yeah, so new facts go over here. What did you find? That's awesome. I love that. Firefighters use ladders. I love how you wrote that. I love your picture to help you remember. Excellent job, Hamza. Are you writing that too? Okay. Oh, I love your picture. Great picture. What did you guys learn? What tools do firefighters use? Oh, that's a good one. Did you write that they use ladders? How about you try that one too? Because you're supposed to be writing what they use, right? So now where are you going to put this? On what part? On what you think you know? On yes, we were right? Or on your new facts? Yep, put it up there on your new facts. Are you okay? Have a seat. What else have you found that doctors use for tools? What is that called, to check your heart? They check to see if you have a heartbeat. Do you know what that tool is called? Are you working together? If you're working together, look at the book that Madison has. Madison has a book that's called Doctor's Tools. What's her whole book going to be about? The tools that doctors use. Maybe, Maricela, you guys should all be looking at Madison's book. What do you think? Did you write down thermometer? So that was a tool that we found out about. She's talking about this one here too. What is this one called? Do you know? They do check your heart with that. How about you draw a picture of that? And Abby, they do. And Abby actually knows what that's called, because Abby said it for the nurses. What is that called? A stethoscope.
I draw it all the time.
That would be a perfect way to write down your fact.
All the time.
How about you draw a picture of it, and I'm going to come back and check on you in a minute.
What's the less computer for?
I know. We're going to stop in 2 minutes because we have to wrap up, and then we have intervention. I know you guys like to do this. Tomorrow we will get you the computer. Nurses help people. Did you find that in a book? So then it's a new fact. It goes here. Do you have anything else for tools that doctors use, or that nurses use? That's what nurses do. How about what they use? What do they use? Today you're looking for what they use, remember? But if you're looking for what doctors use, do you know what? Do you need to know what she's saying?
How do we move the computer?
I'll be right there, Sebastian. I know.
Will.
You're gonna have to hang on just a minute, okay, sweetheart? What is she using? She's got a board, and what has she got in her hand? A pencil. What do you think's on the board? So do doctors use pencil and paper? That would be a tool. And draw a picture of this tool that the doctor's using. Look at, it's a great picture. Draw a picture on your Post-it of that tool. Excuse me, I don't know who told you could come sharpen your nose. Go. All right, my friends, please give me 5, 4, your attention, 3, 2, 1. Kimberly, I appreciate the fact that you have your eyes on me, you have nothing in your hands, and your voice is off. Thank you. Boys and girls, I'm sorry to say that our time for our research is done for today. Would you please listen to the direction, and then I'm going to say go. Here's the direction. And then I'll say go, and I want you to follow the direction. You're going to close, stop. You're going to close your chart, and you're going to put your charts in a nice pile with your books. You're going to put your pencils away when I say go. And then you're going to come join me on the carpet because I want you to share one thing you found today in your research about tools. Ready? Go. Sorry. Oh, I see Sebastian's ready. I see Kimberly's ready. She put her things away and came and sat on the carpet. I see that Joseph is ready. He is sitting crisscross applesauce. His eyes are here. That tells me he's ready. Anna Lee is ready. She's sitting on the carpet. Mrs. Curry, could you write me a nurse's pass for Lucy? She got hit in the eye with a book. Lucy. The pink slips are right there but on my desk. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I see most of my friends are ready. We're waiting for 2 more friends to come join us. Zoe, up here was a great spot for you. I don't know why you moved, sweetheart. You did a great job. Madison, we're waiting for you to join us. Madison. Thank you. So, today when you were busy doing your research, does anyone have a new fact about a tool that the job that they found uses that they would like to share? Josiah, what tool did you find out about? You forgot? Abby, what tool did you find out about? A stethoscope. So what tool does a nurse use? A stethoscope. And what's that used for? They check it. They check your heartbeat with it. Good. What profession are you doing? What job are you doing? Police officer. So what tool does a police officer use?
Radar gun.
A radar gun. What's a radar gun?
A radar gun is a gun that looks at all of the cars if they're going fast or slow.
It looked at the cars to tell whether they were going fast or slow. And you saw that on the computer. We looked on the computer and it read that information to you, didn't it? Nice job. What did you find, Pritish?
I found firefighters use water pipes.
They use water pipes.
Yeah, to water the fire.
To get the fire out, they use the water pipes. Excellent. Hamza, I love the quiet hand. What did you find out about firefighters' tools? Firefighters use ladders. What do they use ladders for? To get people down. Was that in a picture? Good information. Joseph, what did you find about police officers? So their tool is a dog. What do they use dogs for?
A dog sends something. They will follow the sense, and if they see a bad guy, they will find it.
Ah, nice. They follow the scent of things. I love that one. Did you see that in a book or on the computer? In a book. Nice. Gianna, what did you find out today about veterinarians' tools? What are those things called, Abby, that you can hear the beat of a heart? A stethoscope. So veterinarians use a stethoscope? Nurses use a stethoscope? Doctors use stethoscopes. So all three of your jobs, they all use the same thing. Nice job. Boys and girls, I'm sure there's a lot of other things that you found today. We are going to close our lesson today for me to remind you that tomorrow, all of that information you found about the tools they use, we're going to start our final copy about the tools they use. We're going to use your Post-its that you found for new facts, and you're going to use the same page that we used when we did our class book. You're going to use the your individual information, and you're going to write your page tomorrow about tools. So you're going to write about the tools that you researched today, right? The tools that veterinarians use. What tools are you going to write about, Maricela? Are you going to write about the tools of a fireman? Who are you going to write about? Doctors. And what tools did you find out about today? Yeah, what was the last thing you found that we thought was very interesting in your book? What do they use? They use pencils and paper. So Maricela saw in her book there was like a pad of paper and there was a pencil, and the doctor was talking to a person and they were taking notes. So doctors use pencils and paper as a tool even, just like you use pencils and paper in class. Okay? So be thinking for tomorrow about the information that you're going to write about tools. Okay? At this time, I'm going to ask you to go back to your table spots. Those of you that leave for intervention, will you have a seat at the door? The rest of my friends, will you just have a seat at your table spot for a minute? with your head down would be great, Hamza. Thank you. You go with Miss Fitch.